Welcome back to Viking football with Bruce Barnum as the Vikings prepare to play Cal Poly this Saturday night in San Luis Obispo. It's a 6 p.m. game. You can hear it on Rip City Radio, 6:20 a.m. and ripcityradio.com. You can also catch the live stream at watchbigsky.com and on Pluto TV. And Coach will review real quickly the Vikings game with North Dakota last Saturday. Another one of those games, third week in a row. It's a one-point game, and this was actually late into the third quarter, and then things started happening that weren't good for the Vikings. How do you explain the turnaround in the third quarter?
Odd mistakes, Mike. I mean, for instance, the one we call 54 switch, I've got wide open in the middle, and it turns into a pick six. You know, it's just we're chewing glass right now a little bit, it seems, at times. But the guys are grinding, and I tell them, keep doing that, and good things are going to happen.
And the one thing I would say, you know, you look at the score, and it's 48 points allowed, but in reality, the defense only gave up 27. They allowed 390 yards, which is very respectable, and, in fact, didn't do too bad a job defensively.
I like how the defense played. A couple drives, you know, that we wanted to get it back in the offense's hands. Didn't work out, but for the most part, they played well that game, holding North Dakota. North Dakota's defense made two plays that they scored on that ended up being the difference in the game. You know, it's just as far as momentum and where we were. So, but yes, I was happy with the improvement in the defense.
In the Viking defense, forcing a season-high 3 turnovers in that game as well. On the offensive side, Coach, you know, I take a look in the backfield and I see 2 freshman quarterbacks. I see 2 freshman running backs. I see 2 sophomore running backs, and I even see a junior running back who you're trying to get involved in a more prominent basis. How do you evaluate those guys? Because really, they're the future of that offense.
It is a work in progress. You know, I like what I see. We're making some mistakes that you make in junior high, not high school, but when we get that ironed out, you'll see that offense return to normal. Scoring 21 points, Mike, isn't never been us, never been me, and that's what we need to get back up. We need to get that number up to what I like, the 40s and 50s, and that'll help us in the Big Sky.
Okay, now we talk about Cal Poly, and renowned for their triple option offense, a running offense that's incredibly difficult to stop. And they had a big day last season against the Vikings running the football, but they've been somewhat diminished by injuries, just like the Vikings, offensively losing an All-American running back. What do you see from that team, even though they're down a little bit offensively?
You know, same thing, Mike. They're chewing glass just like us. And Tim Walsh, I think he's one of the best college football coaches in the country. So know what he's going through. But they've lost some people. They lost Joe, their fullback. They have some guys, you know, banged up. But they do have some seniors also. Their defense is senior laden. They're playing well. You know, they're kind of back and forth on offense as you watch the games we've watched. But they're always in it. And that's a Tim Walsh football team.
The defense, as you alluded to, has done pretty well for Cal Poly, in particular stopping the run. And Tim Walsh, of course, he walked the sidelines here at Portland State from 93 to, I think, 2006, so he has a history here and probably always has a little something extra in the tank now when he plays the Vikings.
He does. I love Tim Walsh. We get along. We hit that white ball around once or twice together. Actually, you were there. But I do know on this day he doesn't like Portland State. He's always ready for this game. He's always ready for any game. But, yeah, I think it means a little bit more to him. He's got a following up here. He's got a lot of friends and family still in this area. So, again, that's Tim Walsh on any college football Saturday from what I know. But you're right. You have some history with him. You might get after this one a little bit more.
Okay, as we look at the Vikings, I counted last week, this time of the year we continually talk about injuries. I counted 4 additional starters not available to go last week, in addition to the 3 that already are out for the season. So fairly depleted last week. Do we expect a lot more young guys playing again this week? We're going to get a few of those guys back. What does it look like?
We're going to get some back. We had some on the practice field today, so we'll see how they panned out. And they're going to see Randy Logan, our trainer, right now, and just see how it went. And I'll check down the training room with him in a little bit. But we're getting that playing list together. Some guys, I know one guy will be right up till game time. But 'tis the season, October's almost over. In fact, All Hallows Eve, once we get through this. But that injuries happen in college football at this time of the year.
What are you dressing up as tonight? It is Halloween as we record this. What are you going to wear?
I'm going to be Mike Lund.
A bad choice. All right, the Vikings are going to fly to San Jose. They're going to get on a bus because they love riding on the bus. Any movie choices this week?
Not movie. We're not worried about the movies. I'm bringing them to Monterey Beach. We're going to have our walk through there on the beach, just like at Iwo Jima. But change up. We're going to be in California. I'm going to show them the ocean on Friday for 20 minutes and then get back to business.
Oh, that's impressive. I was going to drive through wine country on Friday. Well,
you can get wine in here. You can't get the ocean as close as we're going to be down there.
All right. Travel tips from Bruce Barnum. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vikings play Cal Poly this Saturday, again, 6 p.m. You can hear it on Rip City Radio. You can catch it on the live stream. Get all the information at govikes.com.